The following program is a public access production. Comcast is required to provide time on this channel and make it available pursuant to franchise agreements with the communities we serve. Comcast is not affiliated with the following program or the producers of public access programming and is not responsible for the content. The following program does not reflect the opinions of Comcast or its affiliates.
Welcome to another edition of Discover Tinley, where we highlight people and organizations in town that do outstanding things and make Tinley Park a great place in which to live. And as we all know, Tinley Park is a pretty great place in which to live. As usual, our program is brought to you through the volunteer services of the Community Resources Commission. And we have also our high school, college, and other volunteers helping us out. A lot of volunteers helping Discover Tinley get off the ground here. Hopefully you're enjoying the summer here in Tinley Park. A lot of things going on. We've got some very special guests today, and we're going to talk to somebody very soon right now, our first guest, somebody who was selected by a very prestigious organization to give a very profound talk on a very interesting subject. When I first saw this talk, kind of blew me away at what the subject was all about and how it was given. And these are things called TED Talks. I don't know if any of you have seen something called TED Talks. And we're going to talk about that. And our guest, he's no stranger to the Discover Tinley because he's also a member of the Community Resources Commission and the crew of the Discover Tinley, Garrett Gray.
Well, thanks, Ron.
You're a man for all seasons, aren't you?
I guess so.
Wow. What are TED Talks and what's their significance?
Well, a TED Talk is basically, Ron, an idea worth sharing. And they began in 1984. And TED is not short for Theodore. It stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design. These are the big topics that these talks touch upon. Notables such as Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, and even U2's Bono have given them. So I'm in good company.
Yeah, sure.
But what's the significance? What's the significance of a library? It's to increase one's understanding and knowledge. And they try to do this on a global scale as well as a local scale.
Yeah, it's a worldwide organization, very
Yes.
prestigious organization. So to be selected for that is pretty special. So, how were you selected to do this, and where did you give this talk?
That's a good question. I saw in January of this year, 2016, a call for speakers, but you had to get nominated. And a graduate student from IIT nominated me when I pitched my idea to her. And out of 80 potential speaking candidates, I was chosen. So I was very fortunate to have that stage to speak on.
Right. And where did you give this talk at?
I gave it at IIT, the Illinois Institute of Technology, on April 10th of this year, and the students there are just absolutely fantastic.
All right. Well, we're going to watch the program. I thought it'd be interesting for everybody to watch it and see what the talk is all about. It's a very interesting topic. What is the topic now of your talk?
Well, the topic of my talk is the truth about success.
Let's watch.
A few years back, my friend Victor had a bad experience at a Christmas party, playing of all things, a raffle. His experience revealed an unexpected ugliness in human nature that even you may be susceptible to, but one that you can act against. At this Christmas party, there were 200 prizes being raffled off. from gift cards to iPods to the grand prize, a giant flat-screen TV. And this was a bucket raffle. You could buy as many tickets as you wanted and place them inside the buckets of the prizes you desired. Well, Victor bought lots of tickets, and he placed them in lots of buckets. He then mixed and mingled with the 200-plus crowd in this giant auditorium. And later, he found a seat all the way in the back to have dinner. After dinner, it was time for the main event, the raffle. The MC walked all the way up to the front. He grabbed that first bucket of that first prize. And he reached in and he pulled out the first winning ticket. It was Victor's. Victor stood up. Everybody clapped. Everybody cheered. Ah! And Victor walked up front to claim his prize. And no sooner did Victor get back to his table when they drew the second prize's winning ticket. It was Victor's. Everybody clapped. Everybody cheered. Ah, Victor! And Victor walked up front to claim his prize. And no sooner did Victor get back to his table when they drew the third winning ticket. It was Victor's. He said, Garrett, this time they didn't clap. They booed. Even this nice old lady who I had a great dinner conversation with, she booed me. And she didn't even buy a ticket for the raffle. It got uglier. Throughout the auditorium, you could hear cries of, "It's fixed! The game is rigged!" And I felt so guilty about winning all those prizes. And I felt so small walking up there to claim my prize that when I turned around and headed back to my table, I prayed like all heck that by the time I returned, they wouldn't call my number. Well, no sooner did Victor get back to his table when they drew the fourth winning ticket. It wasn't Victor's. He said, Garrett, thankfully, they didn't call my numbers the rest of the night. But the meaning behind Victor's unexpected experience hit me loud and clear. People like it when you have success, just not too much. And if you're perceived as having too much success, people will cry foul or unfair advantage even when they don't have a stake in the game. So I asked Victor, where were you with all these ugly people at this Christmas party? And he said, my church. And it hit me again that even in a positive and supportive environment, a Christmas party at a church, human nature can rear its ugly head even in the best of us. Victor succeeded in doing two things that day. One, he won a lot of prizes. And two, he ticked a lot of people off. Given the right or wrong circumstances, we can behave ugly. And sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it. And sometimes we see others having success, like Victor, and we don't know how to act. Think a moment about your rival sports teams, their fans, or even opposing politicians. We can behave ugly. We're not immune. I experienced ugly behavior in an international speaking organization that I belong to that prides itself on being positive and supportive. And as advertised, the people there are the best and most positive I've ever met. 3 years ago, when I was new to the organization and I didn't know what I was doing, and some of you are thinking, Garrett, you still don't know what you're doing. I entered a lot of speech contests, and I had a lot of success. And after these speech contests, I'd look towards the more experienced speaker friends of mine for advice, and I'd get mixed messages. They'd say things like, congrats, Garrett, but so-and-so would have won if they just didn't run out of time. Well done, Garrett. But you know, Tommy would have won if he just hadn't forgotten his speech. And these people were my friends. But all that negative talk in a positive environment not only confused me, it hurt me. It hurt me. In 3 years and many first place finishes later, I know I'm not a fluke. But I had to prove it to myself. And throughout all my failures and all my successes, I learned a valuable lesson. Others won't accept your excuses for when you fail. So don't accept their excuses for when you succeed. And like Victor, don't feel guilty about your success. Enjoy your success. I know firsthand, you won't always have success. And sometimes the ugly truth is, if others can't rob you of your success, they try to rob you of your joy, of your success. I know that firsthand too. Have you ever felt upset seeing others succeed? Like that coworker who gets the promotion, the neighbor who buys that Mercedes, or maybe your friend who's just seemingly having a better day than you. There's something far uglier than booing those who have success, and that's cheering those who fail. And the bottom line is, it's all ugly behavior, and I'm not immune. I've acted ugly. These are 3 steps I use to act against ugly behavior. act. You can act too. The A stands for awareness. It's that most important first step. We must acknowledge that we can behave ugly. And sometimes it's more difficult to see in ourselves the same ugly behavior we see in others. The C is for control. You may not always be able to control your feelings, but you can control how you respond to those feelings. The T is for tolerance. Tolerate others' success. It happens. Accept it. You can act against ugly behavior by being aware, by controlling your reactions and showing tolerance, because there is another side to success that you may experience. I asked Victor, how did he feel about winning all those prizes today? And he said, well, honestly, Garrett, disappointed. After all, I didn't win the giant flat screen TV, the grand prize. And that's that flip side to the truth about success. From your own personal perspective, you can never have too much of your own success.
Well, that was very interesting. I was really profoundly influenced by the topics: enjoy your success even if others don't, and can you ever have too much success? What's some very interesting thoughts? Why did you choose this topic?
I chose this topic, Ron, because it was very personal to me. As I mentioned in the speech, I had these speech competitions. I did nothing different. I kept winning, but then some of my friends and supporters weren't as supportive. And when I stumbled upon a colleague at a Christmas party, he mentioned his experience with a raffle, and I just had a moment of clarity, and I thought this was a great story to share with people, to shed a light on kind of this human nature phenomenon where we act ugly or unkind to people for no reason at all.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why do we do that to
Even the
each other?
best of us, you know?
I know it.
So,
oh my. What got you started doing these kinds of talks, these TED Talks?
I joined Toastmasters about 3.5 years ago, which is a speaking organization where it's a gym for public speaking. You can increase your skills. But actually it was a trainer, Marcus Warren, who said to me 4 years back, Garrett, I can see you doing a TED Talk. And the rest, they say, is history.
Wow, okay. Now then the Toastmaster Talks, that's basically an organization where you practice giving talks and learn the skills it takes to do them, right?
Absolutely. They're tools that anybody can learn. You can learn it out there. watching TV. And I'm the president of the Lincoln Way Toastmasters Club. If you want to improve your speaking skills, come on down to Lincoln Way East every first and third Thursday of the month. Google us for some more information, but you can become the speaker you dreamed of. And you're familiar with Toastmasters too?
Yeah. Belonged to it. Did it when I was in the Air Force. We did it for a while, so that was kind of interesting. We having a TED Talk coming up in Tinley Park in October, right?
That's right. You don't have to go search wide and far for a TED Talk. It's coming to Tinley Park at the Tinley Park Public Library on October 12th, Wednesday at 7 p.m. And the tickets will be available. They're free, but there's a limit for 100, and act when they come out because they'll go fast. Go on tplibrary.com for the tickets on September 20th, or call the library and ask for Sue Bailey.
Wow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And do you know what the topics are going to be at that? Or
yes, the theme is Mind, Body, and Spirit, and I will be giving a talk as well.
Oh, you are going to be doing it?
Yeah, so there'll be a little local flavor, not just myself, but there's an 18-year-old speaker. And so it's going to be a great event, just a variety of talks with some very, very great speeches.
Wow. Well, one of Tinley Park's very own, Garrett Gray, speaking for a very prestigious worldwide organization, giving you TED Talks. Come out October 10th and watch, and I think you'll be very impressed with what it is. Thanks for coming to Discover Tinley, and good luck to you on your talks.
Thanks, Ron.
Well, it was very interesting with the TED Talk, somebody giving talks, and I said the topic just blew my mind when I first saw it. Next guests are for some very interesting people who are some young people in Tinley Park, and we're very fortunate in Tinley Park to have a couple of great high schools in town and producing some very outstanding students. And every year at this time of the year, in spring I should say, the Tinley Park Village offers scholarships to 8 different individuals, 8 $1,000 scholarships to young people at the different high schools. And we're kind of fortunate tonight we're going to have 2 of those scholarship winners talk to us about their experiences in high school and being a scholarship winner. Congratulations actually being a scholarship winner. We have Sarah Yanik and Ashley Galassini. Okay. How's it going? What hit you when you got that scholarship? Anything kind of hit you?
I was not expecting it because I know there's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of scholarship opportunities at Andrew. They have like everything you can think of. So when I got the call, I was really excited and just really humble to be able to get that.
Wow.
Yeah, I was also kind of in awe because I knew so many of my friends applied for the scholarship, and I thought everyone who applied was like worthy of the scholarship. So I was also very humbled.
Wow. Yeah, I think we had almost 50 people apply for that. So you're in a select group to be awarded those things. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
What did you like about high school? What did you like about high school? Anything stick out in your mind as an enjoyable part of high school?
So we both went to Andrew High School, and I just loved the community feel that like our school produced, and I loved being able to attend like different like football games and like dances and sporting events with my friends. So that was mine.
That was your fun part.
Yes.
And with you, what kind of stood out as?
You know, I grew up with most of the people at Andrew, so like being able to go through another 4 years, I didn't get tired of most of them, so it was really nice.
That's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah. And Sarah's actually one of my best friends, so we got to finish school together, and it was just really awesome to do it with a bunch of friends.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the friendship thing in high school is really important to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Hopefully you stay as friends with people later on in life too. You don't lose those
hope so.
connections. Yeah, let's hope so. What motivated you to get so involved in school activity? What's your motive? Why do all these? And I saw your list of activities. It's that long. You've got a list of what gets you going? Why so much?
I think I was motivated because like I knew a lot of people going into high school, but I wanted to meet more people, and also there were like so many clubs to join. I was like, I want to try doing all these other things that I've never been involved in before. So it was just like new experiences overall.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really what Sarah said. I didn't really know what I wanted to do in high school, and so I was just kind of trying to find something that I could get. They tell you right when you get into school, like, do your 24 hours of community service, like, get them done. So I was like, okay. So I got a bunch of friends together, and we started working at the soup kitchen, the daybreak shelter, and it was just a really good experience. And it really helped me, like, open like crack the shell and get into high school.
Yeah, what did that mean to you, working at the community, the service, the soup kitchen? What did that mean to you?
You know, I saw a different kind of life, and I don't see that. You don't see that in Tinley Park because it's a really great place. So when I went there, it was kind of eye-opening, you know, and it's sad, but it's nice to know that you can help them.
Okay. How about you? What get you going on that, or what do you get out of being a community servant, helping people out?
I was highly involved in like tutoring and working at the library in my church, so I liked working with like my peers and like younger kids and like getting them involved in the community and like setting like good habits for them as well.
What'd you get out of that? What did it mean to you? What did you get out of that?
With tutoring, I definitely liked when like my client would come back and like improve their grades or whatever, and then they were like really happy, so like it reflected upon me and like made me happy too that they were doing so well.
They did something good because you helped them out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you were the influence on it. Wow. Mm-hmm. And you, how about you? What kind of got you going as far as what did it mean to you then?
You know, I worked with the special ed kids a lot at school,
Okay.
and they don't, you know, people don't include them sometimes just because they're a little different. But when you go in there and you work with kids like that, you see that they're not different at all, and it's just really nice to like help a lot of different people, because that's what community service is. It's just helping a bunch of different people, and it just really feels good.
Wow. Would you encourage your fellow students to get involved?
Yeah.
Why? How would you talk to them? How would you convince them you need to do some more than your 24 hours?
A lot of people just say they're going to do the 24 hours. A lot of people are there the week before graduation without 24 hours. And I just looked at it like it's not hours to me. There's a bunch of things you can do, like multiple, like you could dress up and go work at a Halloween thing and just like Christmas stuff. It's really fun. Like I never looked at community service as work.
Okay.
And so it can be fun.
Okay, how about you?
I'd also say like get started right away freshman year. Even if you like go in with the attitude like, oh, I have to get my 24 hours done, you just want to like find something that you really enjoy, and then like it could turn into like accumulated hours and like so much more. Like with tutoring, I was just like, oh, I really like math and I would want to help people with math, so just like it turns into something more. So I would say like it's important to get involved in like a service you like.
Okay. You have any idea how many hours you guys put in your service? How many hours did you rack up?
I have around 300.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I have like 250 to 275.
Wow.
I think I ended.
Okay.
Yeah, it racks up.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize I had that much.
Okay. Well, the biggest thing is you have to enjoy it, and once you enjoy what you're doing, who cares about that?
And
You know,
it's
you have fun doing it, and so you get hours for it. Big deal.
Exactly.
You know, you can get have fun doing it, and only get to do stuff you enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, other kids can do it. Do you ever find talking to some of your fellow students, talking them into people that say, I don't want to do all this stuff? Do you ever convince them, hey, it's not a bad thing?
Yeah, I worked in the nurse's office at school, and a lot of people were like, oh, like dealing with that kind of stuff, that sounds kind of gross. But it really wasn't. Like, I just got to meet a bunch of different people, and you just help people out. And like, if you're not into that, there are so many positions you can work in at the school just during the day, during the school day.
Oh.
So you don't even have to take your time to do community service. Sometimes you can even do it while you're in school.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Like half your lunch, yeah.
What could you do in school for
You
service?
can run passes. I did that my freshman year.
Oh.
And just like a bunch of like doing like aides, teacher aid, nurse aid.
Tutoring.
Yeah, tutoring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what did you tutor? What subject did you tutor? You did tutor German too.
Yeah, math and German.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You like German?
Oh yes, I
Sprechen
do.
Sie Deutsch?
Ich spreche Deutsch.
That's right. Oh, I know. I'm
There
sorry.
you go. It's good enough.
That's
There you
good
go.
enough. Get me by. Why is community important for young people, and why is it important for young people to do community service, do you think?
I think it's important because like it shows that you're really like, if you get started when you're young, you get like immersed in the community rather than just being like an individual in the community. Like you become part of the community, and then you could like grow up and meet others interested in like what you're interested in, and just like people of all sorts of all across the community. So
Okay.
I think it's really important for like young people because it's an eye-opener. Like Tinley Park is a great place, but it doesn't. Sometimes you need to go out of Tinley Park and you have to help other people that need help. And you can really, like, when I started doing community service as a freshman, like, I met a lot of people that, like, I met a different, like, way of life. And it's a big eye-opener to do community service.
Yeah, I think it's good for young people to see there's other things, other people and places out there, not like you, and there's other experiences, and appreciate other people that are not like you a little bit too.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Now, obviously, you excelled in your schoolwork too, right?
Yes.
What motivated you to do so well in your schoolwork? Why work that hard in schoolwork?
Well, I excelled in schoolwork because I was like really hard on myself, and like I always had the ultimate goal of like college and like getting into like a really good school. So I was always just like hard on myself and like pushed myself to like take the more challenging classes, and then I enjoyed it. So just
you felt good about what you were achieving. Huh?
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And what about you?
That's the same for me. Like, I knew, and the higher my grade point average, you know, like, you always go for scholarships. You always go, because sadly, like, college is really expensive. So I was always trying to get up to, like, the top, like, the best I could be. And it also, like Sarah said, it just feels good when you, like, you get 100 on a test. You like, weren't expecting it. It feels really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. What advice would you give for young people to really strive for excelling?
I would say to figure out a study habit. That was probably the biggest problem in high school. Nobody really knows how to study, but once you can figure out how to study, you'll be really successful.
All right, secrets of knowing how to study. What's one secret you would tell people?
Interval studying.
Oh.
Every night, 20 minutes. Like, if you have a subject you're not really sure about, just study it a little bit each day, and it's way easier.
Okay.
I didn't figure that out till senior year, second semester. So,
okay.
But yeah.
Okay. How about you? What's your secret?
To excel in high school, I would also agree. Just like you have to get into like really good study habits, and you have to like, in order to excel, I don't know, think of the ultimate goal that you want to achieve, because then it's like a constant reminder of like what you're going after. Like when you're stuck in the middle of like a test, or like you don't want to like read the novel that you have to read. You just like really have to focus on like what your ultimate goal is, and it helps you like get through.
Okay. And something a lot of people don't have goals yet, and they don't know, especially at this age. It's hard to figure out what you're going to do in life. So sometimes you have to kind of say, I just want to do my best, and be satisfied with doing your best, no matter what happens. Future plans. What are you planning on doing now?
I'm planning on attending the University of Iowa and studying accounting and international business.
Wow. What made you choose Iowa?
I wanted a school that like where I was in their honors college, so it was like a bigger school but like a smaller feel. And then also I just like love the environment there. It feels so homey, and then like they have a really good football team, and so I wanted like a typical college experience as well.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's a big school.
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna get lost over there, are you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about you now? What's your plans?
I'm going to St. Xavier for nursing.
Okay.
So yeah, I just really liked. It's like a smaller feel. It's close.
Okay.
So I can commute, save a little money, but it has a really great nursing school.
That's what I've said. Yeah. Why nursing? Why'd you pick nursing? What
I
about you says I want to be a nurse?
I volunteered. I did community service in high school for nursing school.
Oh my.
And I worked in the nurse's office every day, and I just loved helping people, and it just felt really good, and I think that's where I'd be good.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what made you choose accounting?
Accounting, well, I wanted to go into like medical, but I passed out a lot, so I quickly realized I couldn't do that. And then I realized I like numbers and like how things are organized, so I took an accounting class, and then
All right, one last question real quickly. Who is important people in your life? Who are some of the most important people in your life?
I would have to say my parents.
Okay.
They helped me through everything. They're like my biggest support. That was like always a base to go back to when I didn't know really what I was going to do.
Okay.
They helped me get through.
How about you, Sarah?
I would also say my parents and then my grandma. They were always, always there for me.
Wow. Well, two very fine young people in Tinley Park. We grew on very well out here in Tinley Park. Excellent students. Good luck to you in the future. You're doing an excellent job so far, and keep up the community service too. Thanks for watching Discover Tinley, and we'll see you next month.